Hello, 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 my beautiful new human tribe. My name is Oracle Jessie, she, her, hers. I am here to serve the new humans and the old souls. And today I am going to be sharing a video for those new humans who are experiencing what some might call a spiritual awakening. So, excuse me, I went over a little bit of the basics last week, so feel free to check out last week's video. I will put the link in the description box below in case you missed it. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. I would really appreciate it if you stuck around. I do oracle and tarot readings on this channel and whatever else my guidance calls me to do. So, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy making these videos, and I really appreciate you honoring yourself by being here. So, I spoke last week briefly about the mass spiritual awakening that is happening during this time, and that is due to, in part, us being cooped up by the pandemic. It is also in part due to thanks to technology that we are able to see and be aware of these things that are happening across the world, especially since we are cooped up at home for those of us experiencing self-isolation. And honestly, I believe I spoke last week about how the awakening process can be rather hard, and it's rather hard and stressful on the individual. And depending on where you are in the world and where you are in your life journey, it can be rather isolating. And that's really draining on people, certainly individuals. And some people just, I feel like they cannot have meaningful connections in the spiritual sense, So what I mean by that is they are surrounded by people who don't necessarily know or agree with what they see is going on. So they might see the political world that is happening right now, and they might have totally differing political views and just be unsympathetic to what this individual who's awakening is experiencing. And where I just want to say, of course, wherever anybody is on their path, whether that's awakening or not, or wherever anyone is on their journey is perfect and okay. And those individuals who are experiencing awakening, they are going, a majority of them experience this discontentment and this disconnection because they desire that their friends and family and their community that they're immediately surrounding themselves with to also experience the same thing. And I believe it's really rather important that that individual take a look at themselves and see why they desire their friends and family and close community to experience the world in that way. And in my experience, it is rather lonely, and at the same time, it's that loneliness is there for a reason, so that you can have your own sort of spiritual self-isolation, maybe, so that you can go through go through an ordeal of some sort on your own, and form your own path, and form your own ideas, and form your own experiences, and form your own emotions attached to these things. And I'm not going to say that there's a typical progression, because everyone's journey is different and everyone's journey is unique. And so, what's important to remember is that you, as the human soul individual, are not alone. Not alone in so many senses. It is just amazing how not alone you are, even though it may feel like it. Um, so, one of the ways, of course, is again through technology. And yeah, you are definitely not alone. There are spiritual awakening groups out there. And the best place that I've found to get that sense of community is through Facebook groups. And I do have a link down in the description box below to our Facebook group called New Human Central. If you're interested in joining, feel free to join us there. I will be doing some more fun things there soon. Anyway, shameless plug. So, what else is going on is, there's plenty of support groups for those who are experiencing the awakening. There's plenty of, if you're into certain types of spiritual paths, there's plenty of those around. Of course, with social media, there's a variety of ways to connect. YouTube is best for learning. There's TikTok out there, and there's plenty of spiritual and mental health videos going on there, as well as the political realms as well. But there is connection, literally, in the thanks to technology. Another thing is, our own system is so connected, and we can see this in nature. We can see that science is um, showing how the trees are connected, and even just on a bigger scale, the ecosystems are so connected. If you remove one element of the ecosystem, or if you add something else, it's going to change that interconnectedness of of our systems is so amazing. So that is something to take a look at within ourselves again. I'm going to refer to my notes because I feel like I've gotten off track already. So yeah, I've said before multiple times, each person's path is very, very unique, and there is no roadmap. There is no map for this. So it is very much a create your own adventure kind of thing. And so, how do you yourself create your own path through your own spiritual awakening? And the first thing that I would like to suggest that you consult is very much your own self and your own intuition and your own guidance. So, how can you tap into your own intuition? There are plenty of ways to tap into your own intuition. You can ask the universe to play intuition games with you. If you have friends in the physical or friends online that are susceptible and into these things, as well, you can ask them to play intuition games with you. Um, for instance, like guessing a color, guessing a number, guessing um, a shape, you know, and just playing around with those things. If you're just by yourself, you can ask the universe to lead you on a path. Maybe you're walking in nature, lead you on a path to find a feather. You know, I find feathers everywhere and I delight in them. And I delight in the co creation and manifestation of those feathers. And so, playing games like that is going to strengthen your intuition muscles. And, oh yeah, sorry. I'm distracted with my own notes. Also, kinesiology is a good way to get in touch with your intuition. Um, I had an herbalist friend that encouraged people to do kinesiology even right there in their grocery store. When you're picking up an item and you want to decide if it's good for you, you hold it to your chest and ask, you know, is this good for me? And then if you fall forward, it's a yes. If you fall back, it's a no. You can test yourself with water and just fall forward or fall back. So most of us need more water. So that's a good way to see that. Whenever I started doing that form of kinesiology, I had a voice in my head that would say yes or no. So you can get the answer by your body moving and in other ways. So don't discount however you receive an answer, and that is very, very important. Guidance speaks to us in a variety of ways. So don't discount it. Don't be afraid of leaving your mind open to the possibilities. And of course, the other two main forms that I feel like people talk about when it comes to getting in touch with your own intuition and your own inner self, your own higher self, your own guidance, your own God, spirit, source, whatever, is divination, which I do. Excuse me, one of the more popular forms is tarot and oracle readings. You can also flip coins for yes or no questions. You can look at the sky and see a shape in the clouds. You can find feathers. You can see read numbers. I read numbers and do the feathers, and yeah, any sign can be a form of divination. And meditation, of course. So meditation does not have to be sitting in silence and not thinking anything. Meditation can be being fully present when you're washing the dishes or taking a nature walk with and leaving your phone at home. It can be laying down in bed as you're trying to go to sleep and thinking positive thoughts and thinking affirmations and thinking your appreciations, your list of appreciations that you have experienced, appreciation for the experiences that you've had today. It can be appreciating flowers. It can be just working on breath work. I know that's popular. Meditation and divination are so widely talked about and widely different depending on the individual. So it's important that everyone find what works best for you. Again, I've said it in the last video. I'm sure I've said it multiple times. This video, there is no map. So find what works best for you and do that. And also be open to the fact that it might work one day and it might not work another day. This energy is moving around a lot. So it's going to work and it's not going to work. And each of us is going to be asked by spirit, God, guidance, whatever, to up level at the pace that we have chosen before we came into these physical bodies. So we are in charge of our path, yes, and we have free will, yes. And so we are working in conjunction, in partnership with spirit, moving forward in that way. And one of the most important things I feel like is maybe necessary to understand for those of us who are fully committed to being our new human selves, which is, again, as a reminder, the most loving, the most compassionate, the most divine, loving, compassionate human selves that we can be in each and every moment. And yes, that does change from moment to moment. So, one of the biggest things that is essential to know is that guidance, source, God, I am, all that is, whatever it is you choose to call it, is often in our culture subscribed to something outside of us, whether that's our guides or our angels or source or whatever. But really, it is within us. And if we internalize that idea, we can unlock more and more potential that we have access to. We are much more powerful than we know. We are much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And the first step to realizing that power is embracing that knowingness, that power within our own selves, and aligning with love, with compassion, and allowing ourselves to stay in that vibrational place of love and compassion and empowerment for as long as possible. And fully embodying that as well as we can. I think that's all that I have. Yeah, like I said, I will put the link in the description box down below, both to that video that I did previously and to the Facebook group. So if you're interested, join us there. I am going to start relaunching the group. Probably going to be doing a lot of readings about guidance and how to get in touch with yours. And of course, that will include giving away free readings for those showing up on the live videos, doing Facebook Lives in the group for those interested in getting in touch with your guides, what your guides have to say for your path. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be relaunching the group in this new way. So, again, thank you so much for honoring yourself, for being here. Thank you for showing up and doing the work that is the emotional work in each and every moment this week and all through your spiritual awakening experience. I really appreciate you being here. I'm gonna hop off here and see you all later. Hasta, bye bye.